Hey, listen. I've booked the special room at that fancy resort for the long weekend next month. Don't worry, Anna. I'll let you handle the payment, okay?
Wait a second. What did you just say? Are you seriously telling me you made the reservation without asking and now you want me to pay for it?
Of course. Sometimes you need to do something nice for your parents. It's your duty as my son's wife. Don't complain. Ethan and I can stay in the same room, but you'll stay in a small room by yourself. That way, you won't have to worry about us.
Wait. This is a joke, right? Don't you think that's a bit unreasonable when you think about it logically?
What's the problem? Isn't it usual for you to cover the cost? In my friend's household, the wife handles the travel costs as well as the money for souvenirs.
Well, I'm not your friend, and I don't appreciate being compared to that level. First of all, making a reservation without consulting me is absolutely unreasonable.
It's all about momentum with things like this. If we had talked about it, you'd have definitely refused. That's why it's a surprise. Get it? Appreciate it.
Sorry, but surprise is a term used for gifts, and dumping all the burden on me is just plain pushy.
Oh my, you're being a little harsh with your words. You say such mean things. No wonder Ethan says he gets along better with me.
Oh, please don't bring my husband into this. We're talking about your inconsiderate actions right now. I have no intention of paying for this.
Wow, you really don't contribute much. I feel bad for my son. I can't believe he married someone so thoughtless.
Sorry, but a considerate woman wouldn't make reservations at a fancy resort and then hit me with a card charge.
But I already made the reservation. If we cancel, there's a cancellation fee, so you'll have to pay for it. It'd be such a waste, wouldn't it?
The wasteful thing here is how you expect to rely on someone else's wallet just to satisfy your own desires.
My priority is creating memories with my family, not my own happiness.
Why am I being left out of the family memories and treated like a sponsor? I don't get it.
Because, honestly, even if you're in the picture, you barely stand out. And you'd ruin the view if you were there. I'm capable of being considerate, you know.
Look, I just want to be clear about one thing. Since you made the reservation on your own, you should take responsibility for the payment too. I'm not paying a single penny.
Oh, don't be so cold. If you're not paying, I guess I'll have to make Ethan pay for it. I'll make my son pay, even if it means he'll have to go into debt.
You're really thinking about that, huh?
Hey, mind if I brag about my son for a second?
What? Again? I've heard it 1,000,000 times already.
Oh, come on. Let me have this. Can you believe he built a brand new house at his age? Ethan is truly amazing. Guess it's thanks to how well he was raised. You should be grateful, you know.
I see, Margaret. You must be so proud to have such an accomplished son. But maybe save that story for the neighborhood gossip circle. I'm swamped with laundry and trying to finish my taxes, so I really don't have time for this.
Oh, wow. Someone's in a mood. You've been so distant lately, never even showing your face. Honestly, I almost forgot your name. Must be my age, right? But it's starting to come back to me. Wasn't it something like Hagna?
It's Hannah, just so you know. So now that you've hit 66, you've officially started forgetting your daughter-in-law's name. I'm starting to worry your memory's slipping. But I see you've still got the energy to throw passive-aggressive comments around. That's a relief. Still, don't you think it's a bit early to start playing the senile card? I'm glad you're doing well, but please, let's not start rewriting reality.
Oh, right, that was your name. It just didn't leave much of an impression. Totally forgettable like 100 other names out there. But now that you mention it, an ill-mannered, disrespectful daughter-in-law who avoids her mother-in-law, never shows up, and completely ignores phone calls. Yeah, that definitely sounds like a Hannah. Now I remember.
You never even think that maybe my avoidance of you could be linked to your own behavior, do you? Getting called disrespectful by someone like you might actually be an honor. If someone so far off base is handing out labels, then clearly the world still has jokes I've never heard. What an unexpected delight.
Well, we've had so little contact, I honestly started wondering, was she ever really around? After not seeing you for so long, I nearly forgot you existed. But now that we're finally talking again, I see you're still just as mouthy, rude, and full of attitude. Strangely enough, it's kind of comforting. If you suddenly turned all sweet and humble, that'd be creepy.
I'm actually relieved too. Now I know for sure that your memory loss isn't just from aging, but from intentional, deliberate malice. So when the day comes that you need care and try to crawl back to me, I hope you can keep up that feisty spirit. I'm not a caregiver, just so you know.
Oh, please, don't worry about that. If it ever comes to relying on you in my old age, I'd rather sleep on a bench by the river. Cardboard can be surprisingly warm if you get creative.
I'm really glad to hear that. It's supposed to be a chill in winter, so why don't you go grab the best spot at the park while you still can? Those can't be reserved, so it's all about who gets there first. You'll need some endurance.
You wouldn't understand, living in the house my son built, acting like you own the place. Losing your husband and fighting through the loneliness of living alone, that pain and emptiness, someone as lucky as you could never understand.
Correct. I have zero intention of trying to understand, so not even a tiny bit.
A normal daughter-in-law would show a little more respect to her mother-in-law. Makes me wonder, who raised you? A gorilla? A wild monkey? Maybe a boar?
Wow. Mentioning animals after meeting my parents face to face? That really screams queen of the difficult mother-in-law. It's almost legendary. I'm feeling a chill.
Back when you first got married, you used to say things like, I'm sorry and I'll be more careful. You were a much more obedient daughter-in-law. What happened?
I realized the more I lowered my head, the more you picked on me. No matter how polite I was, you always threw jabs and excluded me from family dinners and trips. So when you say we've grown distant or I don't show up anymore, from my side it's like, not my problem.
What a petty woman! Still hung up on stuff from 6 years ago.
You're right. I could never match your big heart. Must have taken serious dedication to pack all that compassion into 165 pounds.
Don't bother with weight jokes. At your age, even pro wrestlers weigh less. One day you'll be like this too. When that time comes, don't forget what you just said. Write it down and stick it on your wall or something.
Oh, here we go again. Always telling people to write things down. What are you, a motivational speaker?
Oh, enough! I don't have time for your nonsense.
Oh, right. What did you need then? If it's more bragging about your precious baby boy and his new house, I'm good.
I said that's not it. I've had it planned for weeks. I'm coming over next weekend to take a good look at your new house. I even cleared my schedule for it, so don't complain.
Classic you. I'm honestly beyond impressed by your unwavering commitment to me first always. It's actually kind of amazing how you think informing me after the fact is totally acceptable. Most people would at least ask, hey, does that day work for you? But I guess common sense really does separate people. I'm really sorry, but I'll be away that weekend on a trip with my friends, so you'll have to choose a different date.
Oh, that's fine. I don't need you there anyway. Honestly, the house might feel fresher and more peaceful without you in it. Nice and quiet.
That is definitely a problem. Just imagining you wandering around my house while I'm gone, touching my stuff, moving things around. It's a nightmare. Especially the kitchen. That is strictly off limits. It's a space I've set up with my own hands. Having you barge in there with no respect is absolutely out of the question. Please pick another day.
Who do you think you are? Oh, seriously, this is hilarious. You're just someone who's borrowing the kitchen in the house Ethan worked so hard to build. You're basically a live-in housekeeper, if we're being honest. And yet you have the nerve to call it my kitchen? Ah, unbelievable.
Since you seem a little out of touch, let me kindly explain the basics of modern life. This is the kind of thing taught in home ec class. A home is a shared property between a married couple. It's not just about whose name is on the paperwork. The funds, design, the decor, It was all done together. Calling it borrowed or housekeeper territory is seriously outdated and completely out of line.
Okay, no need for a lecture. Bottom line is, I'm coming as planned. You can go off on your little trip or a fair trip or whatever. I don't care. I'm sticking to my schedule.
Then I'll be sure to let Ethan know that you are not allowed inside the house under any circumstances. But since you'll be making the effort to come, please feel free to admire the outside as much as you like. Looking's free, after all.
Oh, Jesus, you're such a petty woman, seriously. I don't know how you say this stuff with a straight face.
Well, if sarcasm is your specialty, I'm still just a beginner. But I'm grateful to have such a skilled mentor guiding me along the way.
More importantly, can you take that cat somewhere else? That cool little thing is zero comfort to anyone, and it doesn't even like me. It's so frustrating.
That's not happening. I'm sure even you can understand that much. Ethan will take full responsibility and look after the cat, so there's nothing for you to worry about. Also, since you're not allowed inside the house, I don't see how a cat inside the house has anything to do with you.
I mean, are you seriously not going to let me in? Just for a little bit. Come on.
Nope, absolutely not. Like I said, please enjoy the view from outside.
You are the worst daughter-in-law ever. You are definitely going to hell.
Well then, let's see which one of us gets there first.
Ah! My blood pressure is gonna spike.
Sorry to bother you on your break.
Oh, Hannah. It's fine. What's up?
I just wanted to talk about something. You got a minute? It's not urgent, but it is kind of important. Has your mom reached out to you lately? Got a feeling she's starting to make plans on her own again, and it's bothering me. She just sent me a message on WhatsApp saying she wants to come see the house. No intro, no greeting, just straight up dropped it like an announcement.
Yeah, she texted me too, actually. But honestly, I couldn't deal with that kind of energy, so I left it on red.
She says she's coming next weekend. Just like that. No discussion. I won't even be home that weekend. I've got the trip with my friends, remember? So can you please tell her no? I mean, if it were a different day, maybe, but not then.
Got it. I'll make sure to let her know. To be honest, I'd be totally lost if she just barged in like that when you're not there.
Thanks. That really puts my mind at ease. If she enters the house without permission, I'm seriously not going to stay quiet about it. You remember what happened when we were newlyweds, right?
Oh, yeah. That was brutal. She threw away all those organic seasonings you carefully picked out one by one, saying they were healthy but flavorless, and replaced them with cheap junk from the grocery store without even asking.
Exactly. She said big name brands pack more flavor so they taste better. Like she knew everything. I felt something inside me just shatter. I almost cried. Those jars were like treasure to me. I'd searched for them during trips and online, slowly collecting each one.
But Hannah, that homemade chili you made with those spices were seriously amazing. That depth and aroma, no canned version could ever compare.
Thanks. But the emotional damage from that moment cut way deeper than the spices ever could. And you know what else I just remembered? She covered the living room couch with that weird tacky floral patchwork slip cover.
Oh yeah, that thing. It's been around since I was a kid. It wasn't retro. It was straight up cursed.
And then she forced some weird round cover onto the door handle even though it didn't fit our hardware at all.
Oh, that was rough. It looked bad, didn't function, and honestly just gave off total "what is this energy?" It didn't even serve a purpose.
We had countless late night conversations, going over every little detail for our new house. From the materials used to the height of the shelves to where the outlets go, we built it from the ground up with care, down to the last inch. So yeah, I want to protect it. Just imagining that floral couch cover and mystery plastic door handle suddenly showing up in that space, it gives me chills.
Yeah, that would really ruin the whole vibe.
Do you really want to go through that again? Her slapping up those wrinkly free calendars from the bank all over the place? In the living room, bedroom, even the bathroom saying, "Isn't this so handy?"
Oh, absolutely not. It would totally ruin the point of those stylish framed clocks and calendars we picked out.
And remember that giant wooden bear she plopped down in the entryway? She claimed it was for protection, but let's be honest, it was pure nightmare fuel. You don't want to see that thing again, do you?
Oh, that thing was a serious problem. Every morning making eye contact with that bear before leaving the house felt like some kind of mental endurance test.
Then make sure, no matter what, you don't let her in this time. I'm counting on you for the sake of my sanity.
Well, leave it to me. This time I'll make sure she doesn't get past me.
You do understand deep down why I've tried so hard to keep my distance from your mom, right? Not just with words, but actually get it in your heart.
I do. I still remember that time when you were dealing with your miscarriage and feeling really down, and my mom bluntly said, "What a defective womb." It's something I'll never forget.
I'm not saying you shouldn't care about your mom. Honestly, since I can't be that for her, I think it's great that you can be her emotional support. But that's completely separate from me being involved. You can't force those two things together.
I know. That's exactly why we put distance between us and my family. We even moved to this town over 2 hours away. Building our home here was all about creating a place where you could truly feel safe and at ease.
As long as you're protecting me, Ethan, I really believe we can get through anything together. So please, never do anything that would betray that trust.
Of course, I would never do that. I'll always take care of you, Hannah.
Oh, and make sure you take good care of Jake too. Feed him the usual grain-free food and check the litter box 3 times a day. I'm counting on you.
Got it. Oh, where do you keep his food again?
Same place it always is. Left side of the back kitchen shelf. It's right next to the mat. You'll see it right away.
Oh, that's right. I remember now. You can count on me.
Hey, sorry to bother you this late. There's something I really need to confirm.
Oh, what's going on?
I just got back from the trip. I've had to travel quite a bit and I'm feeling super tired. Honestly, just hauling my suitcase around was a workout in itself. But even so, I really wanted to see my cat, so I rushed home even though I was beat. And that's when I saw something I can't unsee.
Oh boy, what are you being dramatic about now? What did you see?
In the living room, I saw a figure, a woman's shadow, long hair just gliding across the room. I was so freaked out I couldn't even open the door.
Ah, that was me. Not some creepy old ghost like you're imagining. Just your flesh and blood mother-in-law. Relax.
Wow. Honestly, that's somehow worse than a ghost. I nearly passed out thinking it was a burglar or a spirit, but it turns out it was you? I mean, didn't we have a deal that you wouldn't show up? I made it crystal clear I didn't want you in the house while I was gone, remember?
Oh, please. I thought that was just a casual request. It's totally normal to want to check out a brand new house, right? I mean, who wouldn't be curious?
It's not normal. I made it very clear before the trip, and I even said it twice, as strongly as usual. This is a complete breach of agreement. I told Ethan absolutely not so many times he probably heard it in his sleep, but I guess it didn't stick.
Oh, come on. How could he say go home to his own mom after she came all this way? He's always been a softie.
So, how many nights have you stayed? Just to confirm. It wasn't just one night, was it?
I got here Thursday night, so this makes night 3, I think. Since I made the trip, I figured I'd take it easy for a bit longer.
Wait, so you weren't even planning to leave today? I was just about to ask which flight you were taking.
Oh, don't try to rush me out so fast. I was actually thinking I'd extend my stay a little, just a few more days.
I'm sorry. Extend, you say? How long are we talking exactly? Few days is such a convenient phrase, but super vague, isn't it?
I was just so happy to see my son again after so long. I ended up staying longer than planned. You should be able to understand that much.
If it's really just a couple of days, then no problem. But thinking about how much that happiness has disrupted the house, I'm starting to get a little concerned. So if you don't mind, may I ask just one thing? It's about the stuff inside the house.
What about it?
Just to double check. You haven't touched or moved anything around the house without asking, right? Even something like the vacuum. If it's out of place, I'll notice right away.
Oh, don't worry. This time is different. Remember the little spice incident from before? So I haven't done anything like that. Everything's exactly as it was.
Okay. That's at least a bit of a relief. After all the time I spent setting things up just right, I really couldn't handle it being messed with.
That said, I didn't completely leave things alone. I didn't move anything major, but there were a few things I covered up.
Wait, did you just say covered up? What did you cover? And with what?
Do you remember how, in the old house, the doorknob and the cover were mismatched and it all seemed a bit crooked? That really bugged me, so this time, I made a brand new cover that fits the new doorknob perfectly. And soon, you should be grateful.
Margaret, why are you so passionate about putting covers on everything? At this point, it's less of a habit and more like a personal mission.
Oh, it's obvious. People touch those areas all the time. They're full of invisible grime, you know. I've always been all about hygiene, since forever.
Rest assured, in this place, every high contact area, including the doorknobs, is coated with a photocatalytic substance that helps keep everything spotless and free of bacteria.
What now? That's not some cult thing, is it? As Ethan's wife, what does it say about you when you throw money away on questionable things like that? You got a spending problem or something?
No, not a religion. Science. It's way more effective than a doorknob cover, and honestly, something to be proud of. But just to be clear, you didn't put covers on anything else, right?
Well, the couch, I guess. I just couldn't leave that bare.
Of course. The classic couch cover. Is there some switch that flips after a certain age that makes people want to throw fabric over furniture? I'm sorry, but I need you to remove all covers immediately. Just seeing them makes me nauseous.
Why are you so angry? This way, the couch stays clean and the cushions last longer. It's just sad when my thoughtfulness doesn't come across.
I appreciate the sentiment, but for us, the look and overall harmony of the space really matter too. It's not just about cleanliness.
You were the one who made such a fuss about hating that floral patchwork cover, remember? So this time I really thought it through and went with a bear pattern. Cute, right?
A bear. Yeah, the bear itself isn't guilty of anything, but somehow the bears you pick always end up looking creepy. Still a no for me this time. Then let me ask you one last thing, just to be sure. You didn't bring that calendar from the bank again, did you? I told you that thing was absolutely off limits.
Of course I did. I even grabbed extras from the pharmacy, the insurance office, and the vet's clinic. They all have big numbers and space to write. Super convenient. You should be thanking me. I mean, your calendar over there is completely useless. Tiny numbers, hard to see holidays. I honestly don't know how you expect to plan your year with that thing.
No, that's exactly how I want it. Honestly, it's ideal. We manage everything on our phones these days anyway.
Oh, and by the way, since it's hard to tell the time without a sound, I brought one of those old wall clocks from my house and hung it up for you. The ticking sound is nostalgic and comforting, right?
No way. It's honestly scary to even look at it. I don't have the courage to step into that room yet.
Oh, come on. Didn't you bring back souvenirs? Stop just standing there in the entryway and come inside.
Could you please stop talking like this is your house? Just to be clear, this is our house. Mine and Ethan's. Speaking of which, where is Ethan? I haven't seen the car out front. Did he say anything to you?
All he said was that he had to go somewhere. But it's been a while and he hasn't checked in. I'm a little worried too.
Excuse me for a moment. Hey, can I ask you something real quick? What exactly is going on here?
Huh? What do you mean?
Don't play dumb. What do you mean? Seriously? You don't know what this is about?
I do.
After everything we agreed on, what the heck happened?
She just showed up out of nowhere. I couldn't exactly stop her.
I get it. Telling your mom who came all this way to turn around and leave. I'm not that heartless, and that's not what this is about.
Then what is it?
It's about why you gave your mom total free reign and just let her do whatever she wanted.
A few hours after she got here, a ridiculous number of boxes showed up. I figured she brought something again, so I tried to hold it off until this morning. But when I woke up, the entire house looked completely different, like some kind of makeover show. It was a full-on before and after moment.
This isn't some what a transformation situation. Why haven't you put everything back the way it was?
I tried to put a stop to her, but she wouldn't back down, saying it had to be done this way for a cleaner result. She wouldn't listen to a single thing I said.
So, you ran away, huh?
I was stuck in the middle. It was killing me. Everything we meticulously chose for the furniture and interior design transformed overnight into a scene from the 70s. And knowing how crushed you'd be when you saw it, I couldn't stand being in the house anymore.
I can see it clearly in my head, so I haven't gone inside yet, even though I'm pretty beat from the trip.
Then be brave. Go inside and see for yourself.
Oh, that's rich coming from you. You're the one who ran off. Get back here already. I won't even be mad this time. Let's just say your mom got overexcited after not seeing you for so long.
Really?
She says she's staying a few more days anyway, so maybe take the chance to spend some time with her.
Okay, thanks.
Wait,
What's up?
the litter box. It's outside.
Oh, that was another thing we kept arguing about. She wouldn't stop saying it smelled and was unsanitary.
What about Jake?
He should still be inside the house.
Then, how's he doing his business?
I have no idea.
No way. We have to get it back to his usual spot, fast. I'm going to go have a little showdown with your mom. You better get back here quick or someone's going to bleed.
I'm on my way.
Margaret, can I ask you something?
Huh?
I know it's odd to ask someone who's 66, but do you know how to use Google search?
Of course I do. Don't treat me like an idiot.
Then could you please search definition of a few days?
Hold on a second. Okay, I searched it. So what?
Don't you think your idea of a few days is a little off? It's been a whole year since you came to see the new house.
It also says the number of days may vary depending on interpretation, and definitions differ between dictionaries. So for me, a year counts as a few days.
Let's back up. What about all those boxes? This is not the amount someone brings for a short stay.
Really? I just like clothes, so I brought a lot. That's all.
So, you planned this from the start, didn't you?
Of course not. But Ethan did say, I love having you around, Mom, so I've decided to make this my permanent home.
Excuse me?
I've been living here for a whole year. At this point, it's basically cohabiting.
I asked you every 3 days, aren't you going back soon? And every time you'd say my stomach hurts, I'll go once I feel better, or I want to watch a TV show tonight, I'll leave tomorrow. You gave excuse after excuse, and before I knew it, 6 months had passed.
You know, you nitpick every little thing like it's the end of the world, but I have made some compromises. I took off the doorknob covers and my carefully sewn sofa cover, only because you wouldn't stop complaining. I even threw out all the calendars, and yet you still say it's not enough? What exactly do I need to do to get you off my back? Just tell me.
It's not about things. Those are visible problems. They can't be fixed by talking. What's been bothering me is how you seem to think that being here is just a given.
My son's happy I'm here, and yet you're the only one who keeps glaring and picking fights. You're being totally immature. What's so awful about living together as a family?
Because I can't do it anymore. The concept of living together has completely collapsed inside me.
Ethan told me, you know, that you're still holding on to that miscarriage. If you're clinging to the past and shutting down your feelings over something like that, it's worth questioning what's really going on with you. You're just bitter and difficult to deal with.
What you said back then? Yeah, it's still stuck in my memory. But there have been so many other unfair and thoughtless things since. It's just one piece of a bigger mess now.
But you've been just as bad, haven't you? You've said whatever you wanted. Snarky comments, constant digs. That makes us even, right? Doesn't that make you feel better?
No, it doesn't make us even. I've been the one enduring everything while you chip away at me with petty insults and passive jabs. The fact that you hide it from Ethan is what makes it especially nasty. You've been putting up with it for a long time.
Huh? Putting up with what exactly? I don't think I've done anything that terrible.
Then let me ask, was there ever a night when someone thought to start the dishwasher or run a hot shower for me? I've been the one doing everything myself every single night.
Oh, really? I had no idea.
Sometimes you come back with pastries after being out. It's cool. But why do you always forget mine? It's always just yours and Ethan's.
That's just a little mistake. You're overthinking it.
Then how about this one? Over the last few days, I've noticed that $20 has disappeared from my wallet every single day. That's not the kind of money you can just brush off.
Could it be that you accidentally dropped it? Or did it slip your mind with everything going on?
That's why I switched to using cards only. But then my accessories and small items from my bag started disappearing. That's suspicious, right?
Oh, wow, that's scary.
I didn't go to the nearby pawn shop because it's too close, so I tried one a little farther away, and there they were.
What?
The owner said some chubby older lady brought them in to sell.
Must have been a fat thief.
Still not admitting it? The owner said they've got security cameras, and they're willing to release the footage if the police ask.
I heard somewhere that theft between family under the same roof is legally fine.
Excuse me? So you're saying that makes it okay?
Look, we're not in the countryside here. There are great restaurants around, and that means I need spending money. Besides, my smile brightens the house, so it all balances out.
A mouthful of silver fillings does not brighten this house.
Say whatever you want. I'm having the time of my life. It's a lovely town and lovely house, and I get to live with my beloved son. Please don't say you're going to kick me out.
Fine. Then I'll leave with a cat.
Huh? Are you serious?
You two can go live your happy life or whatever.
What? Oh, great. I'll happily keep living here then.
No matter how often I bring it up with Ethan, he just keeps insisting that he'll ask you to leave at some point. And I'm really fed up with it. I don't even want someone like that anymore.
Oh, say whatever you want. As long as I have the house and Ethan, I don't care.
I'll pack just the essentials and head out. But before I go, there's one last thing I need to say.
What is it?
I'm the one who paid for this house.
Wait, what do you mean? Wasn't it Ethan?
Let me tell you who your sweet boy really is. 2 years after we got married, he racked up $20,000 in gambling debt. After that, he got involved with a married woman and was sued for $30,000 in damages. She was his boss's daughter, so he got fired for some ridiculous reason.
What?
I paid for all of it, and now he's paying me back little by little out of his part-time wages.
Part-time wages?
He works the night shift at the supermarket near the bus stop.
No way.
Do you understand now? Ethan couldn't have built this house.
But how are you making that much money?
These days, all you need is a laptop. I trade stocks and crypto, and I run a few YouTube channels too.
But you work a full-time job.
My company allows side gigs. Putting Ethan under my health insurance actually lowers our taxes.
No way! Are you really saying that all this time he was heading to work at...
Yes, he was on his way to the supermarket for his part-time gig.
But he got hired by a respectable company.
Like I said, he got fired a long time ago.
So he's been living in a house built by his wife?
That's right.
But didn't you just say you were moving out?
I did. If you want it that badly, maybe I'll just let you have it.
Really?
In exchange, you and Ethan will need to take over the mortgage payments.
That wasn't part of the deal.
Why would you think you could live here for free?
I'm a senior citizen. You should show some compassion.
You get mad when treated like an old lady, but now suddenly you're elderly when it's convenient?
A part-time worker and a woman without a job definitely can't cover the mortgage.
Then give the house back. I'll wait until you finish moving out.
Where exactly are you planning to go?
I'll stay at the studio apartment I've been using for work.
How much money do you even have?
Let me know once you've moved your stuff out. Goodbye.
Hannah, why are you leaving? You don't have to do this. Okay, I get it. I messed up. I'll ask my mom to go home, so please come back.
Perhaps you should feel a bit embarrassed that it took you 6 months to come out with that.
You're right. I was wrong to ignore everything. But I couldn't exactly drag her out by the neck.
Then how are you planning to get her to leave?
I thought I'd try talking her into getting a place nearby.
What?
She really likes this town.
So if I said I liked Hawaii, would you rent me a place there too?
Well, that's different. She's getting older. Her joints are weaker. She's probably just scared.
She looks perfectly fine to me.
I'm just saying, can't you compromise with this?
And who's paying for that apartment?
I'll pick up extra shifts, and if you could help out a little, it would mean a lot.
Why should I help a liar?
What are you talking about?
You pretend your mom is a hassle, but when the night falls, you let her give you a massage, right?
What?
And didn't you cancel her apartment lease and secretly move her residency here?
Oh wait, what?
So even if we kick her out, she has nowhere to go, does she?
How do you even know all that?
When I noticed her not wanting to leave and you only pretending to back me up, it was only natural for me to get curious and dig a little deeper.
It's not like that. I just figured paying rent on a place she wasn't using was a waste.
Oh, enough. I don't want to hear a single excuse. What I can't forgive is that you two were sneaking around behind my back, thinking you could fool me.
I'm sorry.
Like I told your mother, I'll give you both the house. Go ahead and live happily ever after.
Well, don't say that. You know I can't cover the mortgage with just my part-time job.
You were going to rent her an apartment nearby, right? Why not just live there with her?
Well, I'm not leaving.
After everything you two did to me? Oh, don't think things can just go back to normal.
Honestly, why are you so mad? My mom was around longer than expected and I was a bit in her corner. Who cares?
Do you really think that's why I'm this angry?
Then what else is there? Just so you know, I haven't gambled, cheated, or gone into debt again since then. Well, I did go to the slots once, but...
Thanks for the confession, but that's not it. You and your mother were kicking Jake.
What?
I got a pet camp.
We had one of those?
I set it up about a year ago, right before my trip. I was worried. Back then you were taking good care of him, so I never checked it again. But after I left yesterday, I reviewed the footage from the last few days, and I went cold.
Wait a minute.
He made one little sound, and you yelled, "Shut up," and kicked him. Then your mom said, no, you gotta kick him harder than that, and kicked him again.
Don't tell me it caught all of it.
I couldn't stop crying. You knew how much he means to me, and you still did that?
It's not what it looks like. Mom said animals won't learn unless you discipline them physically, so...
Don't take advice from someone who acts like she time traveled here from the 70s.
I'm sorry.
And stop blaming other people.
What?
I know you've been stuck working non-stop, juggling your mom and me, and all the stress was piling up. Changing jobs hasn't gone well either. It's been tough, hasn't it?
Yeah?
But that doesn't mean you take it out on a cat. It's pathetic.
I was wrong. I swear I'll never do it again. Please forgive me.
Oh, I can't.
Don't say that.
Even with your mom, I thought if we kept some distance and argued here and there, we could find a way to make it work. I imagined that if she ever got to a point where she needed help, I might actually be okay with us cohabiting.
Really?
But I can't live with people who lie, manipulate, and hurt what I care about. So I want a divorce.
You're seriously divorcing me over kicking a cat?
Excuse me? What if it had been a child?
Well, come on, I'd never do that to a kid.
Legally, sure. Pets are treated like property, but to me, Jake is family. He's as important as a child.
I'll start thinking that way too from now on.
You always just called his food cat food, didn't you?
Did I?
Maybe this seems like a small thing to you, but I've never once tried to deny what's real. I know Jake is a cat. I know he's not human. But thinking that means he has no feelings or it's okay to treat him like he doesn't matter? That's something I cannot accept. He matters to me. I've been told I'm weird for caring about a cat like I would a person. That I'm too soft or too emotional. I've heard it all. But I don't care if it's weird. I have every reason to feel this way. I've dedicated a lot of time, care, and affection to him, and I won't just disregard that. This is what I know as normal.
To be honest, I've never really had a pet before. I didn't grow up with one, so I never knew how to treat them.
Still, that doesn't justify kicking a living creature. They can't speak up for themselves, so shouldn't you have been even more careful?
If I'm being totally honest, I just never found him that cute. He was always on edge, hissing, never warmed up to me.
Then why don't you just live with your loud, boundaryless mom instead? Someone that noisy seems like a perfect fit for you.
Wait, you're not seriously saying you're ending our marriage over this, are you? Let's calm down.
Excuse me? It seems like it might not mean much to you, but to me this is the breaking point after years of holding everything in. Sometimes it's the smallest thing that pushes you over the edge. I've ignored so many things over and over again. Back then and before that, I kept letting things slide, swallowing my anger, but I've hit my limit.
Is there really no chance we could fix this? Not even a little?
You have 1 week. Use it to pack your things and leave. I'll give you time to decide, but your options are already gone.
I can't. I don't even have anywhere else to go. You can't just kick me out like this.
If you really want to be a good son, then build your own house and let her live there. But do it without relying on anyone else. Then maybe for the first time, you might finally find yourself in a position where you can say you're caring for your mom and actually feel that is true. Not that I'll have anything to do with it.
But can't I at least stay in this house until then? It's under both our names.
That's why I said you can stay here for a week. Just 1 week. That's all you get for contributing nothing.
So that's all I'm worth to you?
I'm not the one who decided your worth. Your actions did that.
Hannah, please. Let's talk again. Even if not now, I want to believe your feelings might change.
Words and apologies don't fix anything anymore. I've learned to watch actions, not promises.
Things will be different. I'll prove it this time.
Too much time has passed for me to believe your words. I'm moving forward now. You can stay stuck in the past if you want. It's been a week since the divorce was finalized. Life with Jake is finally starting to feel normal again. But honestly, I still catch faint traces of Ethan and Margaret's leftovers lingering in the cracks between the furniture. As for Ethan, he's been on a very clear downward spiral. He and Margaret had a meltdown exclaiming, "Why do we need to pay alimony?" and ended up getting reported and driven home in a police car. Only then did they finally realize where they actually stood. They ended up renting a rundown apartment on the other side of the park and now live together. His version of late-in-life filial piety, I guess. Even with that, Margaret is still directing things at home, making it tough for him to find a part-time job, so he mostly stays inside all day. Ethan, who was supposed to be picking up more shifts, actually had his hours cut instead. Apparently, he kept messing up the change and got customer complaints. He used to brag about being a former full-time employee, but now the younger coworkers just see him as a washed-up middle-aged guy. And then, he reportedly hit on some relative Margaret invited over and nearly got the cops called on him. Margaret was crying around the neighborhood saying, "I trusted my son." But seriously, who's she kidding? Now, he's quit even his part-time job and just lounges around watching slot machine videos in the middle of the day. I wondered how they were even paying rent, but turns out he's borrowing against Margaret's pension just to scrape by. In other words, he's just leeching off someone else again. But honestly, it's none of my business anymore. These days, I just drink coffee in the morning, watching Jake sleep. In this slightly oversized home, the total quiet from Ethan and Margaret is the best kind of luxury.
Thank you for watching. Please rate the video and subscribe to our channel.
See you in the next video!